Hello iChurchers, it's Dan Morell here back with another tutorial on how to edit your iChurch site. We're on tutorial number 18, very much into the advanced stages of editing your website. These aren't necessarily things that you need for your website, they're not essential, but they will help add additional sort of bells and whistles to your website and make it look more appealing and more inviting and more welcoming. So feel free to disregard them if you feel that it may be getting a little bit complicated. Or obviously, if you would like some training on these specific things, then please do get in touch. Today we're going to be looking at videos. Now, we've talked in previous tutorials about inserting media and other bits of media such as images to help break up the text and to make our site look more vibrant and more appealing. People don't want to be reading continuous strings of text, so it's good to use images and videos and such like to help break that up. Now, with images, we've been inserting them and storing them in our website, whereas videos, we wouldn't necessarily recommend that you do that. So all our images can be found in the media section here on the left hand side. These are all the images that we've previously uploaded. And when you're inserting images, you'll see this media library. So these are all images, most of them staff and role holders from Northwestern Synod, because that's what the tutorial site's been used for in the past. But basically, iChurch will continue to store all of the images that you've used in the past. But with videos, as I said, we would not recommend uploading videos onto your website. Instead, we're going to do something called embedding. Now, embedding basically means that we don't have to store the video itself on your website. Think of a website as a classic hard drive, a storage device. The more we put on there, the more full it gets, and we want to try and keep it as less full as possible. Images are very small, of course, in terms of file size, so don't really cause too many problems at all. But videos, of course, are a lot larger. So what we're going to do is we're going to get somebody else to store our videos for us, basically. And that other thing is YouTube. You could also use Vimeo if you wanted, Vimeo. There are other video hosting providers out there that are completely free. Of course, iChurch is completely free as well to store videos anyway. But as I say, we recommend using YouTube or Vimeo. So you can create yourself an account for your church and upload videos onto there. We're not going to be looking at uploading videos because that's not relevant to iChurch, but we're going to be looking at embedding videos onto our website. So by embedding, it means that our website doesn't have to load up the entire video. Every time I visit a page, it means it doesn't have to try and load it up. It just needs to load up the kind of embed thing. Trying to use some simplistic language here just to make you help understand it. So it basically makes our site quicker to use, even though we've still got lots of videos on it. So how do we embed a video? So this is where we get into the slightly more technical parts of editing the site, because it includes a bit of code. We've looked at shortcodes in a previous video, and that's kind of the highest level we think you as an iChurch user might need to go to editing your iChurch site. But the good thing about embedding code is that YouTube will help do it for you, and I'll show you why and how. So we're going to go to YouTube. Classic, just go to youtube.com, and we might want to embed a video that's not ours. We might want to embed one of our own videos, but the process is exactly the same. So I'm just going to search for a video. I'm actually going to embed one of the iChurch tutorials just to create some sort of inception here by embedding an iChurch tutorial in an iChurch tutorial. So we've brought up our video. We're here on YouTube, and we need to click this share button here. And this will appear on any video, any YouTube video. So we click share, and then we'll see we've got this embed button here. Now, you'll see this link down here. This is a link we can copy and send to lots of people, but this embed is what we want. So by clicking that, you'll see we've got this code here. And what this code does is basically means that we can embed this video onto our website. It's done all the hard work for us, as you can see. You can even get videos to start at different times. So if you wanted, actually, if there was I don't know, for example, a 50-minute Songs of Praise recording on YouTube, and you actually only wanted people to see a certain song, then you could start it at a different point. There are lots of different possibilities. You've got other options here, which again, obviously, we want to show the player controls really, and we don't really need this privacy enhanced mode. And then the rest of this stuff we don't need to worry ourselves about. We've got a width and a height, and we can change this at any point, and I'll take you through that very shortly. So we want to select all of this text and copy it, and then we're going to go into the page that we want to embed our video into. So I'm going to create a new page just to test and just to show you how it works. And then all we need to do is copy this bit of text, this embed code, but we're not going to copy it in this area. We're going to copy it into this text area. You'll see we've got a visual and a text, and we're going to paste it into here. So right click and paste, or Control or Command V, and it will paste it in. And you'll see on the front end, on the visual side, I should say, sorry, you'll see we now have our video. And so again, we can go into the back. We can change the width and the height of this. So if we wanted to make it that big, then that's what it does. But of course, we want to make sure we keep the aspect ratio the same. And the aspect ratio is basically the ratio of your screen height, or video height in this case, to video width. So we want to make sure that that stays the same. So I'm going to press Control Z just to undo that. And so that's actually 560. I'll just change it manually. So if we're going to make the video smaller, we need to make sure we scale it down in the same aspect ratio. So if we're going to half the width, then we need to half the height. I don't want to take you through a maths lesson today, but that's in principle what we do. So we can change the size of it if we want. But I'm just going to click preview now so that we can see what that video is going to look like on the front end. And you'll see here it is. Here is our video. So we can play it. And that's going to start away. And then you'll see we've got there are other bits and bobs. And you can watch it on YouTube. You can open up YouTube. There are lots of different ways you could display it. You could perhaps use shortcode. And insert some columns so that you've got some videos nicely arranged on your page. You could put them in tabs so that they're or in toggles or accordions, which means that you can kind of squash up the videos and have people open them as and when they wish. There are lots of different options really, but that is the principle of embedding a video. You can also embed playlists as well. And I'll just go back onto YouTube to show you what I mean by that, because all the iChurch tutorials are in what's called a playlist. And to go to that playlist, I would recommend you can search for somebody's channel. So I'm going to use my channel as an example because I know that I've got playlists. But other YouTube accounts will have playlists, and I would recommend creating them for yourself, because it just means that it helps organize your videos into certain categories. So obviously I've sorted all of mine into the iChurch tutorials playlist. So if you go onto your channel and then playlists, you see I've got 3 here. I've got tutorials, I've got my video blog, my vlog, and iChurch tutorials. So I'm going to click view full playlist. And then again, we're looking for this arrow, this kind of sharing arrow here. Click that, and then we've got the embed button again. So we've got the same sort of option here. And you see what happens there is it brings up the first video in the tutorial, in the playlist, sorry. And then we've got an actual playlist here where we can skip between them all. So perhaps you might want to sort out if you were uploading your Sunday service to YouTube, for example, you will want to put them all in the same playlist. because it means that people are able to see other videos that are similar, and you can kind of choose that for them rather than have YouTube suggest videos for them to watch. So there's some tips on what you might want to use video embedding for. As I say, it's exactly the same process for Vimeo as well. They are the main two players really. There are others available, but we're not going to go into any detail on those. As always, if you've got any questions on this tutorial or anything else about editing your iChurch site, please don't hesitate to get in touch. The details are in the description in this video. Thanks very much, and speak to you soon.